It's finally here. The Reforge update is now live on Hypixel Skyblock, and with the new Reforges that we have access to, people are wondering, what's the best Reforge for my Talismans? What should I put on my sword, and what should I put on my armor? And maybe you're wondering, what should I put on my bow, you may ask. Well, today, I'm gonna tell you what I think is the best. And you may have been hearing people say, oh, well, that's easy, I've watched 5 of these videos already, put fierce on your armor, you want strong talismans. What if I tell you I know how to do twice that damage? And I don't think anyone's noticed this except me. So a new stat that was added is called attack speed. Now attack speed allows you to punch a monster, and you know how usually when you punch a monster, there's like a delay before you're able to attack it again? And that's kind of just called like the combat cooldown, and it's usually about half a second. Well, with the new attack speed, this dramatically reduces the invincibility time that monsters have. So it says bonus attack decreases the time between hits on your opponent. The secret to dealing insane DPS is to have this stat be 100%. Now I can't quite get mine to 100% yet, but I'm sure once dungeons are out, we have more talismans, we have more ways to reforge, we'll be able to get this stat even higher. So I'm going to kind of explain how to do the most damage and have the best attack speed possible. Because you may say, well, if you put fierce on your armor, you forge your talisman to deal the most damage possible per hit. You will be doing the most damage per hit. However, I can hit twice as fast as you. Check this out. Ready? Look how fast I can hit this Zealot. Yeah, it's pretty insane. So I can hit the mob about 4 times a second. A little less. Closer to 3, but about 3.5 times per second. I can basically make Zealots fly. Now, think about that with my raw damage. 160,000. When I had my armor set to deal maximum damage, I was doing about 180,000 a hit. But now that I'm attacking 3 times as fast as I was before, I am dealing almost triple my damage, or at least well over double. But basically, I was doing about 20,000 more damage with kind of maxed Reforged talismans and stuff. But once I went for attack speed, I was dealing probably 3 times the total damage. I was able to kill tier 4 zombie slayers in about 3 seconds. It's pretty crazy. So, in order to do that, we're going to first go over what you should reforge your armor to. I recommend Pure. Now the reason I want Pure over Fierce is because Pure gives 4 attack speed. Over the course of 4 pieces of armor, that's 16 attack speed, which is very good considering you're only missing out on a little bit of crit damage. So Pure is something definitely to go for. It also, just as a bonus, gives you some health, defense, intel, and some speed. But that's not really important for damage. That's just kind of a quality of life thing. For your sword, you have a couple options. I always recommend getting Fabled. I went to the auction house and I bought myself the Dragon Claw, and I reforged my Aspect of the Dragons and my Reaper Falcon, which is sitting in this chest here, to Fabled. And the reason we want Fabled is because it makes your critical hits stronger. That's why you can see my damage kind of varies. 152k, 149k, 181k, that was a really good roll. And it's kind of just overpowered. If you don't have enough coins, or maybe your mining level isn't high enough right now, then I would recommend getting either Epic or Legendary. A Legendary if you don't have that good of crit chance, because sometimes players, we don't have crit chance. If I don't have my pet on, or I don't have my superior armor on, I don't quite have 100% crit chance. And if you don't either, then I would get Legendary. But if you have very good combat level, you've got superior, maybe your pet gives some crit chance and you're fine, definitely go for epic because it's slightly stronger. So after you have your armor and your sword reforged correctly to give attack speed, let's talk about talismans. For your common talismans, pretty simple, superior. For your uncommon talismans, this is where it gets weird. Let's get a little bit strange. You're going to want the strange reforge, which is kind of weird, but it's the only reforge that gives a significant amount of attack speed. Now you might be wondering, well, why don't you want this on all your talismans? Well, it's because only uncommon and epic actually give you positive points towards attack speed and other stats. Looks like we're doing a dragon here. Oh, it's this dude. Alright, this dude's pretty good at dragons. But basically, you want that. You know, your rare talismans, we got superior. Your legendary, we got strong. And for your epics, just strange. It's kind of weird. I'll just go through again. There you go. And I guess we can do this dragon fight to finish off the video. I don't believe dragons are actually affected by your attack speed, but it's still nice to have. So at least we're gonna try to fight this dragon. What do we got here? We got the strong dragon. All right, fair enough. Let's just kind of see how we're going to do. I haven't really gotten to test my damage that much. Looks like there's like 3 Tux users here, so this dragon's gonna die in mere instants, which is kind of to be expected after this now that players are a lot stronger. A lot of people have been saying, oh, I don't like this update because you do less damage. Well, I do 3 times as much damage as I did yesterday, so I definitely do like this update. Oh, looks like this. Oh, come on, man. That was a cheap shot. That was a cheap shot. Ah, that's game. That's game. He's already dead, man. I'm getting 5th. Ouch. Oh, well. Let's see if any of them got Reforge stones. Looks like the dragon actually died over here. We got 5 strong frags. We'll ask, anyone got stones? And we'll see. Because I have kind of been collecting data. It turns out, at least from my experience today, you will have to place about 2 summoning eyes and get, like, top 7 in order to get these Reforge stones. At least that's what my data is now. I'm not going to confirm that or anything, but that's what we've got right now. All in all, you want to get your attack speed up to 100 because it makes your cooldown from 0.5 seconds to 0.25 seconds, which is the difference between 2 hits a second and 4 hits a second, which is pretty absurd, especially since in dungeons, you don't actually want to deal insane damage per hit. You want to hit multiple times, because if you look in the forums post, I'll link it in the description, Jaya actually did point out that dungeon monsters do have a damage cap, where if you strike them for really high damage, they'll only take X amount of damage, and then the rest of the excess damage is heavily reduced. So it's more important to get the most damage possible as many times as you can, rather than getting slightly higher damage, but very rarely hitting. So overall, that's what I recommend. If you guys enjoyed, be sure to leave a like down on this video. Subscribe to my channel if you're hyped for some Dungeons content, because I will be playing Dungeons a lot. I don't really know what that's going to look like yet, but I am just full of hype right now. I think everyone is. We've been waiting for this Reforge update for a very long time. And I hope you guys all have a fantastic rest of your week, and let's get Dungeons out soon.